Hello, my name is Joseph. You may have read about me in the Bible. Genesis chapter 39 is what I want to tell you about my story. Well, my trouble started off when I was in chains. I was all chained up and my own brothers sold me to be a slave. But then I worked really hard. I did my best and I worked and I worked and I worked and I became head of Potiphar's home. I was a trusted servant. I was in charge of the entire household. But then, you know what happened? Potiphar's wife started flirting with me. I told her to stay away. I was in charge of everything. My boss trusted me. Potiphar trusted me with the entire household. And now his wife was flirting with me? Oh, she tried to kiss me. She tried to hug me. She tried to hold me tight. And I kept saying, no, 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 I don't want anything to do with this. And one day, she grabbed a hold of my robe and she started to kiss on me. And I tried going, no, no. And she grabbed my robe and she held it up and she started screaming, guards, guards, guards. And she accused me of kissing her and loving on her when I had been innocent. Well, you know what happened. Her husband believed her, and I was once again taken away in chains. I was thrown into prison. Oh, I didn't know what was going on. I thought, God, where are you? And then I remembered God's with us during trouble. So I started working hard there in prison. I did my best there. I tried to have a good attitude. I trusted God that He was with me during terrible, troubled times. And I talked to Him and I asked Him for strength and wisdom. After several years of being in the prison, I got lifted up and was given an important job, and people began to trust me. One day, the king's cupbearer came to me and said he had had a dream. And the baker came to me and had a dream also. I prayed and asked God what the interpretation of the dream was, and I told the baker that the birds were eating the bread out of the basket on his head and he would be killed by the king. I told the cupbearer that his job would be restored and he would go back and serve the king. But I said, don't forget me, mention me to the king. Tell him I'm innocent, mention me to the king. Well, you know what? Sure enough, the baker was killed for his crime, and the cupbearer was released and went back and served the king, but they forgot me. He didn't even mention me to the king. And there I sat, year after year after year, in a whole heap of trouble. And what should I do? But trust God to carry me through, to be there, to be a present help. You know what? Your life might be full of lots of trouble too. It seems like one thing happens after another and troubles just come over and over and over. But you know what? God is with us when we have trouble. God's with us in the worst of times, and He's there to help us, to strengthen us, and to give us wisdom. So we need to call out to God in prayer when we're going through hard times and trust Him, because He says He'll never leave us and He'll never forsake us. So trust in the Lord when you're going through rough times.